So, you've started with Honeygain, but you feel like your earnings are just kind of stuck in first gear, right? Well, you are in exactly the right place. In this explainer, we're going to move way past the basics and get into a real strategy for seriously boosting that passive income. I bet this feels familiar, doesn't it? You've had the app running, you're doing everything you're supposed to, but those credits are just trickling in so slowly. It can make that first payout feel like it's a million miles away. Honestly, this is a super common thing, and it's probably the number one reason people give up way too early. But what if I told you there's a system to all this? Well, it really all comes down to three specific levers you need to pull. Think of them like the main controls for your whole earning engine: how you set up your devices, which in-app boosters you turn on, and how you grow your network. If you can get these three things right, you can totally change your results. All right, let's dive in. First up, level one. Let's talk about your hardware. This is the absolute foundation of your entire Honeygain operation. And, most people completely miss the single most important rule that governs how it all works. Okay, this is the single most critical thing you need to get: the one device per IP rule. Simply put, your IP address is like your network's unique home address. So if you have your phone, your laptop, and your tablet all connected to your home Wi-Fi, they all share that one IP address. And that means only one of them can actually earn at a time. The others will just sit there, probably showing you that frustrating network overused error. Understanding this one concept is the key to unlocking your real potential. So how do we actually use this rule to our advantage? It's really a simple three-step process. First, get your main computer, your desktop or your laptop, and connect it to your home Wi-Fi. Boom, that's earning stream number one. Step two, take your smartphone and make sure Honeygain is running on its own mobile data plan. Your cell network has a totally different IP address, which means you've just created a second, totally independent earning stream. And from there, you can add up to 10 devices to your account, just as long as each one is on its own unique network. And look, this really paints the picture, right? On the left, you've got that standard setup most people use: one device, one network, which means, you guessed it, slow progress. But on the right, you've got the smart setup, a multi-network setup. Each device on its own separate IP address acts like its own little income source, basically multiplying how fast you can earn. Okay, so your devices are optimized. You're already ahead of the game. Now it's time to pull that second lever, activating the most powerful earning booster you can find inside the app itself. And that biggest booster is something called content delivery, or CD for short. This feature, it totally changes the game. See, instead of getting paid a variable rate based on how much data you share, CD pays you a fixed predictable rate for every single hour your computer is active. It's used for bigger tasks, like streaming video and images, which is why it pays out so much more consistently. Now, before you get too excited, you gotta know that this feature has some pretty strict requirements. It's only for Windows and macOS computers, mainly because they tend to have the stable connections it needs. You also can't be on a VPN or a data center IP. And because there are a limited number of spots available, you'll probably get placed in queue until a spot opens up in your area. Stability is everything here. If your connection drops, you lose your spot. And this is super, super important. Content delivery is not available everywhere. It's geo-restricted to certain countries based on network demand. To find out if your country is on the official list, you absolutely need to check the link in the description below this explainer. So why is this thing so great? This chart right here shows you exactly why. Default sharing, that gives you a variable rate. Content delivery gives you a solid, fixed 6 credits an hour. But here's the best part. You can do both at the same time. If you have an active CD slot, you earn that fixed rate on top of your regular bandwidth sharing. You're basically stacking your earnings on that one device. All right, we've got our devices dialed in, we've flipped on the boosters. It's time for the third and honestly the most scalable lever of them all: building your network through referrals. This is where you go from earning to creating a true compounding income stream. And hey, don't just take my word for how powerful this is. Check out this quote from a user. Earning $100 is awesome, right? But realizing that 90% of it, $90, came from their referral network, that's incredible. That is the power of this lever. It multiplies your efforts without you having to do anything else. The whole system is set up to be a total win-win. When you refer someone, you get a recurring 10% bonus of everything they earn, for life. And that bonus doesn't even come out of their earnings. Honeygain pays it to you. And to make it a no-brainer for your friend, they get an instant $3 bonus just for signing up with your link. And look, to get you started on the right foot, I've put my personal referral link right here on the screen. As promised, using this exact link to sign up gets you that immediate $3 bonus. The full link, https:/join.honeygain.com/AbdulC297F, is also clickable right down in the description below. It's hands down the fastest way to get closer to that first payout. Okay, so we've gone through all three of the core levers. Let's just pull it all together and do a quick recap of the complete strategy to really maximize what you're earning. So here it is, your 3-step action plan. Nice and simple. First, optimize your devices. Spread them out across unique IPs like your home Wi-Fi and your phone's data. Second, activate that content delivery booster on a stable computer, but only if it's available in your country. And third, start building your network. Share that referral link with friends and family, and create that awesome compounding bonus. See, when you pull these levers, Honeygain goes from being this slow trickle to a really meaningful source of passive income. So the final question isn't just about how you do it, but why you're doing it. Now that you've got a clear strategy to optimize the entire system, what are you going to do with the results? That's all for now. Thanks for watching.